My name is Joseph Sherman, and I've lived in the Hollygrove section of New Orleans my family's been in this house for 62 years. When I was growing up here, it was mostly a neighborhood of homeowners, and everybody was your mama.
I'm Ruth Emmer Gardner Kennedy. And I was born here in New Orleans, as I always say, in the shadow of the old Falstaff Brewery. When we came to this area, my father referred to it as God's country.
This is actually the third house on this site. After Katrina, the house, I had about 12 feet of water in the house. When that happened, I said, this is it. I said, I can't take this anymore. And I kind of regained my footing and made the decision to rebuild, and this is where we're at now.
The neighborhood, Hollygrove, was considered the forgotten neighborhood because unlike places like Gentilly or the Ninth Ward or Treme, Hollygrove was the silent worker.
And if they clog those drains up, you know what's going to happen.
AARP has been meeting with the neighborhood since 2007. In 2009, the AARP Foundation funded the Hollygrove Livable Communities Project.
People who care.
I'm James Brown, AARP Community Ambassador and host of the NFL Today on CBS. It's 5 years after Katrina, and volunteers are still coming from all over the U.S. to lend a hand gutting houses, painting, doing the hard labor that puts people back on their feet. Joe Sherman kept this photo album to help remember his volunteers.
After I had the house gutted, they came in and treated the house for mold and mildew. They did a lot of good work. When people saw me getting my house ready, they were encouraged to, well, I'm gonna try to get back home as soon as I can. So it's a great community.
These scenes were repeated all over New Orleans. What's different than Hollygrove is an AARP project to turn this neighborhood into a place where people can age gracefully and securely. Ruth Kennedy did her part by starting a walking club.
We had the divisions of committees at the AARP Community Projects Group. One is health, which I was a part of. I came up with the idea, how about a walking club? And so it kind of took off real well, and just enough for us to keep the health going.
Walking had a beneficial side effect in making local drug dealers uncomfortable.
The visibility of people using this park, other than just the kids and what have you, they felt would help to deter some of the crime and whatnot.
These community leaders get it. Health can be connected with safety. Health is also connected to economic development, as I discovered on my visit to the Hollygrove Farm and Market. Here, experienced gardeners are mentoring newcomers to grow their own flowers, fruits, and vegetables. And on Saturday, folks come from all over New Orleans to fill bags and baskets with fresh produce. It's about the environment, too.
It's nothing new. It's what sharecroppers used in the past. So they use composting, companion planting, beneficial bugs, beneficial animals. It's just a plethora of knowledge that you can obtain.
But for a truly livable community where residents can age in place, more services need to be provided. And the AARP group is working to rebuild or replace a historic building in Hollygrove that once was a senior center and could be again.
When my parents got old, I have two sisters. They were able to come over here every day, and we were able to do our jobs and not be concerned about it.
Care for them.
Right.
So it's a caregiving facility as well, too, then, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really important that we get this element back on its feet in the community.
I go to see one more landmark on my visit to Hollygrove, the imposing new home of Earl Williams. He is actively involved in this neighborhood where he grew up next door to Joe Sherman. After his house was burned out, flooded, then burned again, he decided to build an energy-efficient and sustainable home that provides a model for others. But the scars from Katrina 5 years ago haven't yet healed fully for Earl or anyone in Hollygrove.
It's very emotional for me. This is the 9th place that I've lived since Katrina. And then in the process, 6 months after Katrina, I lost my mom. So it's been really hard. It's really hard. The negativity of Katrina, I lost a house and I gained a bigger house, a better house. I lost a mom who I love dearly, still love dearly, but I gained a wife. So God transformed some really negative situations into something really, really good.
To me, if New Orleans can recover after Hurricane Katrina, then we can show the American spirit is still alive today and that any community can recover after a horrible disaster.
When asked why he came back after the levees broke, Joe Sherman puts it this way.
My main goal was to come back and try to make this the kind of neighborhood I grew up in.